In this video, I will teach you the insert tab and ribbon in Microsoft Word. In the previous videos, we've looked at each groups in the home tab and ribbon in Microsoft Word. In the next videos, we'll be looking at the rest of the tabs and ribbon in Microsoft Word. With that being said, let's get started. If I wanted to add pictures or photos to enhance the look and feel of this document, in this case the insert tab would be a good friend of mine that will help me to do that work very perfectly. So let's head to the insert tab, and on the pages group we have three options here. We have the cover page option, we have the blank page option, we have the page break option. So if I click on the cover page, I have all these options that has been provided to me by Microsoft Office. So these are the cover pages. I can insert cover page to my document. So looking at all these cover pages, you can look at the ones that you are okay with. I am okay with this particular one. I click to insert the cover page, and now it has been inserted. What I need to do is to just customize it by adding the document title, maybe perhaps the year, and then down below I can add the subtitle and the company's name and the company's address to my cover page. Going back to the pages group, if I click on the cover page, and you will notice that down below here I have the option to add more cover pages from office.com. Also below that I also have the option to remove the current page. So if I select, or if I choose remove current cover page, the current cover page is gone. Next is blank page. Blank page is useful when you are working on a document and you want to come back on it and add something later, or add some part to it later. For example, if I wanted to add pictures to a page after this one, and then the pictures are not ready or the photos are not ready, what I can do is to come back later. If the pictures are ready, place the cursor where I want to insert the pictures, then I just place the cursor here and then go to blank pages and then click on blank page, and a blank page will be inserted. Now one thing you have to notice is that where I kept the cursor, the space is going to be pushed down, the rest of the text is going to be pushed down, and it will add a full blank page. Then the rest of the text will continue, and that is how the blank page is achieve, or that is how the blank page works. Now up next is the page break, and the page break works similar but it's different. This is very useful when you are writing a book, and for example I got to this place and this is the end of the chapter. So I want to have the rest of the chapter begin in the new page. I click on where I want the page to end, or the chapter to end rather. Then I go to insert tab, then on the pages group I click on page break, and then now notice that all the rest of the text has moved to the next page, leaving a space here, and that is how the page break actually works in Microsoft Word. Up next is the tables group, and the tables group I have one option, and I can add tables to organize my data or my document in a very nice way. So to do that, I go to the tables group, click on tables, and then we have these boxes over here. If I hover over these boxes, you will notice the preview on the document. So I have over two boxes. Now I have one columns and then one row. So if I hover over three, I have three columns and one row. So now I have two rows. Okay, so now I hover again and move to the left and right and just clicked, to insert the table, and that's how the table is inserted. Now I can just customize this table. So I'll begin to type names, and then next I'll move to it. Next, class, and that is how you can customize the table. You can also add table styles to it. If I look at all these styles, I can choose any of them. I select this and look at how this table has been styled. So you can also change the shading over here, the color you want. So let's choose this color here, and you see that it has been shaded. You can also look at the border thickness here. Choose any of them. Choose any one you are comfortable with. I'm going to go to the tables group, and I click on tables. In addition to inserting table using these boxes, I can also insert table using this option here known as insert table. If I choose insert table, it's going to open this window for me, and here I can choose the number of columns and the number of rows. So here by default we have 5 columns and then 2 rows. Let's increase the rows to let's say 4. And then down below we also have an option to actually look the auto fit behavior. We can fix the column width. We can also have the auto fit to content and then auto fit to window. So I'm not going to change any of these options. I'm going to leave it to fix column width, then hit OK to insert the table, and now we have 5 columns and then 4 rows tables here. And with this you can also go ahead and style it, the table the way you want it. I also want to show you something before we move to the next group. Now if going back to the insert tab and on the tables group, click on the tables group, you can also draw a table using draw the table option. So I choose draw table, and on my document I click and drag to draw the first part of the table. Now I can begin to draw the table this way. So I can draw my table. I'm going to go back to the insert tab, and then on the tables group I click on it, and you also notice that we can also insert Excel spreadsheet into Microsoft Word document. So if I choose Excel spreadsheet, I'll be able to insert Microsoft Excel spreadsheet here, and look at that, it has been inserted. Yeah, and look at that, we have Microsoft spreadsheet being inserted into our Word document here. Next, we can also insert quick tables into our document. So below the Excel spreadsheet we also have the quick tables, which allows us to insert quick tables into our documents. Look at that. So pick any of these things, these options or these tables you want. I'm just gonna go with this, and that it tells you that you can also insert calendars. Yeah, you can also insert calendar to your document. So I'm just gonna pick this one right here and insert it, and now we have a quick table inserted into our Word document right here. I just also want to show you one thing before we move again. In Microsoft Word, it is possible to turn text into table. So I select the whole paragraph like this, go to the insert tab on the tables, then convert text to table. If I choose this option, I will be able to convert this whole text that has been highlighted or selected into text. I hit OK, and then boom, we have this being converted into table. Yeah, with that being said, let's move on to the next group. Next is the illustration group. In the illustration group, we can insert pictures, we can insert shapes, we can insert icons, we can insert 3D models, and many more. So to insert pictures into your document, I go to the illustration group, and on the picture options, I click on picture, and here I have three options to choose from. One, I can choose to insert pictures from this device. I can choose to insert picture from stock images. I can also choose to insert picture through online pictures. So going with the first one, if I choose insert picture with if I choose insert picture from this device, I just choose that, and it's going to open a window that allows me to actually pick a picture from my computer, and it's opening up here, and now it has opened. So I'm just going to go to download and then pick this picture right here and click insert to insert that picture, and look at that here. So I'm gonna wrap this and then reduce this a little bit, and I move it this way. Right, so going back to the insert tab, I click on pictures, then I'm gonna insert pictures from stock images, and stock images are reserved for people with Microsoft 365 subscription. So if you don't have Microsoft 365 subscription, you won't be able to use this option right here. I'm gonna click on this, and these are the images from the stocks. These are the stock images. You notice that some of these images are premium images. If you don't have the premium subscription, you won't be able to use these images. So I'm just gonna go with this picture here, select it, click insert to insert, and wait for it to download the picture and insert it in a Word document. And now the picture has been inserted right here. I'm gonna wrap this with a text so that we'll be able to move it and reduce the size a little bit, and we go. I'm going to go back to the insert tab, then on the insert pictures, we can also insert pictures from online, and pictures from online is for everyone at all. So if I select insert online pictures, and now I have online pictures that I can actually choose from, and these are in categories. You can have the airplane, the animals, apples, and so many more. I'm just going to click on airplane and choose this one right here. I click on insert and wait for it. It has been inserted, so I click on this, wrap the text, then reduce the size, and so it can be movable. All right, at this point in the illustration group, we have covered how to insert pictures from stocks, from the computer, from the computer and from online. Next is shapes. Microsoft gives me the ability to insert shapes into my Word document. So if I click on the shape option, and I have recently used shape, I have lines, rectangles, basic shapes, block arrows, equations, flow chart, stars and banners, and call out. So any of these can be inserted to my Word documents to make it look nice and beautiful. So I'm just going to go and pick any of these basic shapes. So I'm picking this triangle and insert it, and now I can wrap it. You can also change the fill over here like this. We can look at the outline, change the outline. Okay, so let's use this red color here. We can also look at the effect and so on. So we can do a lot to this one. Going back to the insert tab, and we can also insert icons into our Word document. If I choose the insert icon option, and it's gonna open and show us the icons we want to choose. I have a lot of icons here to choose from. I'm going to choose this and click on insect, and it is inserted right here. I can drag this to enlargen it. I can also drag here to also enlargen it again. Going back to the insert tab, and next is 3D models. Microsoft gives me the ability to insert 3D models into my Word document. If I click on this 3D models options, we can insert it from this device or from the stock 3D models. So I select the second option, and now I have these 3D models here. They are also in categories. You can pick any of them. Let's take this, and I'm gonna choose this right here, and then select, and then click insert to insert it. And you can see inserting 3D model 1 of 1. That is because we are inserting 1, and our 3D model is inserted here. So over here we have the 3D model views. We can choose the view we want to have, and then we can enlargen it here. We can also rotate it the way we want to rotate it, or the way we want it to look like. And this is how the whole thing looks like for inserting the 3D models. Going back to the insert tab, and then in addition to inserting pictures, shapes, icons, and 3D models, we can also insert smart art to our Word document. So if I click on the smart art option, it's gonna give me a list of smart art to choose from. We have a list, we have process, we have cycle, we have hierarchy, we have relationship. So I'm just going to select any of them, cycles, and then I pick any of these cycles. I'm gonna go with this and click OK to insert my cycle, and here I have the ability to change the text. Going back to the insert tab, and next is chart. Microsoft give us the ability to add chart into our document. If I choose the chart options, we have all these charts that has been displayed here. We have the template, we have the columns, we have the line, we have pie, we have bar chart, we have area. Any of them you feel like using, I will just go with pie chart, and then choose the one that I want. Looking at all these things, so I'm going to go with this. I click OK to insert the chart right here, and our chart has been inserted. So we can change these figures here and put our own figures. Let's say 12, 120, and you wait to see that changes, and you see that it has been changed. We can also have this one here and look at how it's gonna change, and you see how it has been changed. So that's how we can insert a chart into our Word document. I'm gonna close this and go back to the illustrations group. Another thing we can do is to add a screenshot, and if I choose a screenshot, it's going to allow me to take a screenshot of any window that is open on my desktop. So if I click on the down arrow and pick screen clipping, and look at what happens. It's gonna give me this, and I'm gonna take a screenshot of my window that is open on the desktop. All right, so look at that here. Up next is the links group. In the links group, I can add a link to a document or a video into my Word document. If I click on link, it's gonna open this right here for me, and I'm gonna paste the address. I'm going to paste the same address of the YouTube video. I paste it here and click OK, and then now I have that link here that leads me to that YouTube video, that takes me to YouTube. Up next is bookmark, and with bookmark I can just select the entire paragraph, click on bookmark, and then give a name to the bookmark. So the bookmark is going to be video, and then I'll click on add to add it. Now we are now going to link this bookmark to, we are now going to link this bookmark, and then I go up here, right here, and say click here, just type here, click here, and then here I'm just gonna select this and then click on link, then choose a place in this document. Also, you can also link to existing file or web page. You can also create new document. You can also have email address. So I'm going to choose this option here which says place in this document, and then here now you've seen my bookmark here, so I select video, and then I click OK. And now if I click on this link here, it's going to take me to that paragraph. So control plus click, and it takes me to this paragraph that we have been bookmarked. I'm still on the links group. We also have cross-reference, and cross-reference, it works similar to the bookmark. So I place my cursor right here, click on cross-reference, then I picked any of these options here. I click on fire, and now fire 3 is going to be inserted right here after the period. And then you see that I can click again to add, or I can go back and choose the item again, or any other item, and then let's say money, and click insert to add those items. And that's how cross reference works. So I'm gonna go close this, and next is comments. And Microsoft gives me the ability to add comments to my document, and in the comments group I can add comment to my document. So I'm just gonna select a text, and then I'm just gonna select a text and then click on comments, and then now I can add a comment here. I can start a conversation. So I can just say this is a comment right here, and then hit on this button to enter it, and then it is now a comment. So people I'm working with the documents can just click on this, and they read this is comment, right? And over here we have this three dot. If I click on this, you notice that we have link to comments, we have resolve thread, and we also have delete thread. So we can delete the comment, and next we also have the edit comment. Can just click and say this, edit the comment, say this is a comment, and click on this button to enter. And that is pretty much good, and that is great. Now let's move on back to the comment. Next is header and footers group, and in the headers and footer group we have the header option, we have the footer, and we have the page number. Now header option helps you to repeat information at the top of every page. So if I click on this, it's going to give me options to put the information either in 3 columns and or on different parts of the page. So if I select this one right here, I can type and add the information I want to add. So I'm just going to close this, go back to the insert tab, and on the headers and footer, on the header and footer group, I go to footer, and it works the same way as the header, because this allows you to repeat content at the bottom of every page, and we have them here. I can click on this, and you see at the bottom of the page I can add information here. I'm going to close this and go back to the insert tab. On the header and footer group we also have page number option, and this allows you to add page numbers to your document to help you to know which page you are in. So I click on page number, and here I have a bunch of options to choose from. I can decide where to place my page number. It's either at the top, and even if at the top, I also have other options. We have the one at the left, center, and the right, and we also have customized one over here. Now we can also I can also decide to place the page number at the bottom, and we have option, we have the middle option, we also have the right side option, and other customized one here. So you can just pick the one you are okay with. I'm just going to close this and then move to the insert tab, and up next is text box. And with the text box, we can add text box to our document. If I click on this, we have this inbuilt text box we can actually use. Let me use this one here, and look at that, we've been able to insert our text box here, and that looks great. So if I go back to the insert tab, and on the text box I click on it, we also have the option to draw text box. If I choose this, we can also draw text box right here, and then we can move it, and that looks great. Now going back to the tabs, and still on the text group, we also have quick path, and quick path helps you to add informations or properties to your document. If I click on this and I go to document property, I can add the abstract, the author, the category, the comments, and then the company name, company address, and let's choose author. And then look at that, we've been able to insert that one here. The author is Azunge Ismail. Up next is word art. Microsoft Word also gives me the ability to add word art into my document. If I, for example, click here, right, and then go to word art, I can choose any of these word art I want, and then look at that, I can type the word here. I'm just gonna take this one off and type word art. All right, and look at that, you see how it looks and feel. Going back to the insert tab, now we also have what we call drop cap, and drop cap is the big letter of the first letter of a word. So if I select this and go to drop cap, and then I add drop, look at how it looks like. V now becomes very big here. Now if I go back and click on this and then drop cap options, I'll be to customize it. So if I go to drop here, now I can choose the number of lines. This is already 3, I can make it 2, 1, 4, and so on and so forth. And we can also look at the distance. So let's increase this to 0.9 centimeters and click OK, and look at the distance it has been created. That is drop cap for you. And next in the text group, we can also look at the signature line. So if I click on signature line, I have this here to put the name of the the one who is going to sign. Let's say the person is called Ismail. All right, and then next we can also look at the title, which is Mr. Next we can also add the person's email. So we say example at gmail.com, and then example at gmail.com, and now we click OK, and we'll be able to insert that. And you see we have the signature line for the person to sign. Next we can also add what we call dates and time. So if I click on dates and time here, I'll be able to choose from the dates formats here. I want something like this, so I click or select it and click OK, and insert the date and time, 14 February 2025 over here. And next we can also insert objects. So we have objects, and we also have text from files. We can also add those things. And finally, in the symbols group, we have two options. We have the equation and we have the symbols. So the equations, is going to allow me to insert equations math. It's going to allow me to insert math equation into my Word document. If I select this, and I can now type v plus u is equal to something, I don't know, but let's say 23, and that is a mathematical equation for you. And here we can change the symbols. Click on this, and then here we can change the symbols, and we can also ink the equation. So going back to the insert tab, we can also click on this drop down and choose from this equations. Here we have the area of a circle, we have binomial theorem, we have expansion of a sum, and we have a lot of them. Trig identity 1, trig identity 2, you can pick any of them you want. It has been inserted here. Let's go back to the insert tab. Then on the symbols group, we have the symbol that allows you to add symbols to your document. So if I click on this, I have all these symbols that has been recently used by me. So if I click on this, I can insert this symbol, and then if I go back and click on symbols, and then down below we have more symbols. If I choose more symbols, I have this type of I have these symbols here that I can choose from. We also have the font types. We have the windings here. A lot of them are here. You can choose the one you are okay with. So I'm just going to click the copyright symbol here, and then click insert to insert that. And that is how you insert symbols in Microsoft Word. At this point, we have covered everything in the insert tab and ribbon. Hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for our next video. Remember to subscribe, like, and share for more content like this.